Thank you. Senator Miracle Senator Karungo Thangwa Paul.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to also weigh in on this issue of pending bills. And for sure, we have discussed this issue on numerous occasions on the floor of this House. And from the onset, Mr. Speaker, it is time for this House to stamp its feet and to make sure that we help the county governments to reduce these pending bills by coming up with solutions, of course, sanctions, and calling those who are not paying this amount, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, yesterday I was in Kiambu County, and I was leading a delegation that was led by Senator Mandago. I was leading them, though they were led by Senator Mandago, the Committee of Health, to visit the Kiambu Referral Hospital. And at the same time, Mr. Speaker, we happened to interact with people. We even went to visit the governor of Kiambu County at his headquarters. And it caused a lot of excitement, Mr. Speaker, because when Senator was seen handshaking the governor, it caused a bit of excitement, Mr. Speaker. Just like an uncle, when an uncle used to visit us when we were young, we'll go to the whole village saying an uncle is here, he has come to see us, and he has brought a few presents. But if you misbehaved, the same uncle would remove his belt and whip you. So this is just to tell those who are excited, it was just a visit, and I'm back at work to make sure that I'm oversighting the same county governor. Mr. Speaker, the issue of pending bills, some of them is self-inflicted. The county governments are not paying the workers. That is the wage bill they're talking about. They're saying the wage bill is way high. But it is not that the wage bill is high. It's because they are not paying workers on time. Yesterday in Kiambu Hospital, we were told, Mr. Speaker, that the casuals, the hospital casuals, what we call subordinate staff, the cleaners, the kitchen people, they have not been paid by the county government of Kiambu for the last 6 months. And somebody is in the hospital working for the patients and trying to save lives, and is working at the hospital and has not been paid for the last 6 months, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I don't know whether we can call that also pending bills. Do we call it a wage bill that has been delayed? Do we say salaries that has not been paid, Mr. Speaker? And having said that, Mr. Speaker, these are parents. They have children. Their children are going to school. And the county government of Kiambu is not paying their salaries on time, Madam Speaker. And, you know, when I was in high school, Mr. Speaker, when I was in high school, one of the set books that we did was the government inspector. And the government inspector, when he wanted to visit a certain city, he announced. And after announcing that he's coming, the children were cleaned, they were given good clothes, the mayor had prepared his officers, and that is what happened yesterday when the Committee of Health visited Kiambu County, Kiambu Referral Hospital. They announced they are going. So the patients were cleaned, the bed sheets were cleaned. So we were only shown the best part, Mr. Speaker. And I would want to urge the Committee of Health, next time don't announce, do an impromptu visit so that you can see the real picture and talk to those people. There was a certain woman who was trying to talk to me, Mr. Speaker, and she could be barred from speaking to me because they did not want the chairman of the health committee to understand a cleaner picture of that hospital from that perspective, Mr. Speaker. On the issue of pending bills, why do we have pending bills, Mr. Speaker? We have pending bills because the governors over-project their own source revenue. And I'll be bringing a statement tomorrow, Mr. Speaker, if you allow me, because we have to investigate the budgeting process of Kiambu County, Mr. Speaker, because we want to understand the wisdom behind over-projecting your own source revenue by over 300%. Kiambu County used to collect about 3 billion, but the current governor, with his wisdom and magic, He thinks that he can collect 9 billion within a period of 1 year, Mr. Speaker. And since it was put in the budget, of course, what they are going to do, Mr. Speaker, they overspend what they don't have. So that is more pending bills created on top of the 5.7 billion that the county government owes the people of Kiambu, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, the contractors are suffering.